Hi, everybody. John Fanta checking in with an Indians baseball insider update. Tribe General Manager Mike Chernoff spoke with the media Tuesday afternoon and had a couple of announcements. Manager Terry Francona will not manage the Indians over their three-game series against the Pirates this week. Francona having a scheduled medical procedure this week back in Cleveland. Now, for Francona, it's his second absence period of the season. He missed 8 games earlier in the campaign. Sandy Alomar Jr. will once again fill in his spot. Meanwhile, catcher Sandy León, who has been filling in as the Indians' main backstop with Roberto Perez on the shelf due to a shoulder injury, León has been added to the family medical emergency list. By rule that requires him to be out a minimum of 3 days, outfielder Greg Allen has been called up from the Lake County alternate training site to join the Indians for their series against the Pirates. Roberto Perez back in the Tribe lineup on Tuesday evening in Pittsburgh, a welcome sight for Cleveland. Chernoff also talked about the Mike Clevinger, Zach Plesac saga, and he said that in making this decision after the team meetings late last week in Detroit, the interest of winning is always the priority.
Our main determination on any of these factors is what's the best team that we can put on the field to potentially win a World Series. That was the factor, and that was the input on the decision over the weekend as we decided to option those guys, that this was the best team we could have. That's going to be the decision every day as we think about who we bring up or who we potentially send down. You know, we had that team meeting. That was a key part of the input on making a decision on what to do with those guys. You know, in a COVID type situation, it's important that there's a shared ownership and shared accountability of the environment. As we think about the pathway forward, we feel like this is the best team for right now. That may change over time. I don't know what the factors will be or how exactly we'll navigate that, but I know that, you know, we'll come together and we'll figure it out as a group, like we always try to. And I just wouldn't want to speculate on exactly how that would play out.
The big story in baseball nationally, Fernando Tatis Jr., the Padres superstar, swinging on a 3-0 pitch with San Diego, having a healthy lead over the Rangers on Monday night, and Tatis Jr. hitting the first grand slam of his major league career. This has drawn a lot of debate. The unwritten rules in baseball. Was it the right thing to do? Running up the score. All that stuff. For Indians outfielder Delino DeShields, he says the players need to be allowed to have fun, and it's time for change.
You know, in order for our game to grow, we can't stay in the same place that we were in, 30 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. We have to develop and start just bringing a different vibe to the sport. I think that's going to bring more attention to the game. Fans complain about there's not enough action. Well, 3-0 in that situation, a lot of times guys will take. And next thing you know, they get a good pitch to hit 3-0 and they wish they would have swung. I know there's plenty of times when I was coming up, even in the big leagues, I get it in the 3-0 count and I look over and the third base coach giving me the take sign. I'm like, I already know I'm going to get a cookie. And the next thing you know, the pitch is right down the middle, a pitch that you probably hadn't seen out of that bat or the whole day. MLB, we had a slogan a couple years ago, let the kids play. I think that we gotta follow through with that and just let us do what we do, have fun. If you want to get upset at players just enjoying the game, then I don't know, maybe it's not for you.
The Tribe and Pirates get rolling at 7:10 Eastern Time from PNC Park. For the Indians, it's Carlos Carrasco going up against Pittsburgh's JT Brubaker. And remember, tune in after the game live on Twitter to IBI After Dark. We'll take your calls, your reactions to the game. For Indians Baseball Insider, I'm John Fanta.